Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
Yeah, but it's not Barry today, is it? No, all that build up, so many Barry Laminacks, and now the screen comes on, and no, it's not a Barry Laminack. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Barry on Deck. Filling in for Barry Laminack today is me. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. My name is John Wessling. I know a lot of you know me. A lot of you, hey chat, what's going on, guys? Good to see you. Barry is traveling today. Barry, I wouldn't say he's out sick. He's feeling great. He's traveling on to Provo, Utah to film his Dry Bar comedy special this weekend. So you're stuck with me today and tomorrow. I know, right? An entire weekend of Wessling time here on Barry on Deck. I know, I'm so excited. I'm very, very excited. Just to kind of catch you up, let you know, if you don't know who I am, demographically, I'm almost identical to Barry Laminack. I am a stand-up comedian, just like Barry, former ESPN radio host, just like Barry. Well, where we're different is he's married with no kids. I'm married with 4 kids, and he's got 2 cats, and I've got 3. So you'll get to see different cats in today's show. But other than that, me and Barry, we've been in several different police lineups together along the years. But I know we all wish him well. You know, he's going to do great filming the Dry Bar special. That's going to be great for him. Of course, what we all know about Dry Bar is it's a very clean comedy special. And most of us are Barry Laminack fans. We know that that's the hard part for Barry. I know he's been working on it. I know it's the hardest thing to work on, but he's done a great job. I've heard him run his set. I've heard him run his material. It's cherry. Let's just hope he doesn't call him fam and say the F word too much. Then he'll be okay. But I know Barry will be fine, and Barry will be back on Monday and give you all the updates. Actually, Barry will join us on Sunday as well on Sports Riot on the League of Pain Sunday pregame show. But I'll tell you more about that as we go. Like I said, settle in, get used to it. I'm going to talk to the chat. I think that's what I'm supposed to do right now. The chat is absolutely blowing up, but I know I'm supposed to go all the way back to the very beginning. This is how you determine the number one deckhead in the world, I think is how you call it. Christy Spark, look at this. This is the first one I saw. This is way before the show went live. I checked into the studio 2 hours ago. And boom, all of a sudden Christy popped in. So I think that's how it works, right? If you're the very first one. I don't have the YouTube interface set up. As you can see, we are not in the Barry Laminack BiffNet World Headquarters. We're here at BiffNet Bravo Station. We're set up in Bravo configuration. For those of you who watch Sports Riot, you know that this is my house. This is Wessling HQ. Now the t-shirt factory. My karate dojo might, if you guys are good, might show you a little karate later. But I don't have, when we're running in our backup system, this is like from Ice Station Zulu, you know what I mean? This is just enough equipment to keep the balloon up in the air. I don't have the super chats going off. I don't see where those pop up. So if you see them, or if you say something, you got to let me know. I have a limited chat access, and of course I can't, throw all the little sounders and everything up there, but you guys know how it goes, right? I'm just keeping the lights on. It's a huge day in sports. We're going to talk a lot about sports today. I'm going to do 2 hours with you today on Barry on Deck. Then later on tonight, do 2 hours plus with Shock on Sports Riot as we do our half-ass sidecast of tonight's Thursday night matchup, which is actually a pretty good game. We'll talk about that later. So I'm doing 4 hours of sports talk today. I've done that before. It's not entirely impossible. Flying solo for the first 2, then partnered up for the next 2 later. Not a problem. This is definitely within my skill set. It's in my wheelhouse, so to say. Whatever. But, you're out of practice a little bit. I've been on the beach. That's what they call former talk radio or any radio people once they get fired. When you're trying to stay sharp, but you're not employed anywhere. You're on the beach, so you watch a lot of sports. You watch stuff. You go to your old sites that so you keep up. You can do a segment if you needed to on pretty much anything. So that was my plan. Barry asked me a couple days ago, whether I could do this. I'm like, hell yeah, man. I'm already going to be staying sharp, getting ready for Sports Riot stuff. You know I love the Barry on Deck crowd. I love the deckheads. I love to get to hang out with them. I haven't been able to chat with you guys too much lately. And we just saw a whole bunch of each other at the show at the Improv. So I'm like, yeah, we got plenty to talk about. And then this morning rolls along. Now, I got the alarm going off at 6 a.m. to get up and do my part for the morning launch of the children off to school, which, being kind to myself, I probably do 15% of anything in the morning ritual, maybe even less. My job is just to get up and get one of them down the stairs. Yesterday, I failed in that regard, but today I was up bright and early at 6 o'clock. Now, here in Houston, the weather the past several days has just been usual late summer, hot, sunny, just grind it out, yuck. But this morning, storms are rolling in. The remnants of some hurricane that just blasted over Mexico. So it's this nice, thick, juicy Pacific rain, just dark, stormy, lightning, thunder. We get the kids on the bus, turn the light out, and I swear to God, I wanted to nap so bad. My body clock is set to nap. I just wanted to crash out. I could have slept until right about right now. Until I had to start getting ready, maybe make some coffee, get my mind right, kids start coming home from school. But nope, I'm a consummate professional. I know Barry and the deckheads were counting on me. So I plopped my ass on the couch, busted out my yellow notepad, my legal pad, and fought off the urge to nap. Brother, as Barry would say, fam, it's tough. It's tough. Look, I'm not going to brag about how tough I am. I talk about sports and I tell jokes for a living. You know what I mean? I'm a comic. I can get up if needed. I can catch an early flight. I can travel all day. I can do shows all night, wake up the next morning, do radio. But at some point, I'm going to need to sleep for 12 hard hours. That's coming up real soon. But nope, I fought off the nap. And I'm glad that I did. This is, let me get back to the chat here. I lost track of the chat. Oh, look at Joe Pro throwing. Now, look, okay, I saw that popped up green. So that's what 2 super chats pop up green here on the Bravo screen. All right. Well, thank you, Joe Pro. Hey, appreciate the $5 super chats. Let me be clear, too. I'm working for BiffNet today, brother. I'm working to help my buddy Barry out. I'm here to have fun. This is going to have a different flow than shows usually do. I'm going to do my best to keep everything going, keep it flowing. I know there's some surprises that Barry left here for me. It's something that I need to fulfill whenever there's a guest spot. I know there's something that you guys really, really want, and we will have that pop up later on. We will be on the corner doing dope. I promise you. We'll do that. But I'm going to be flying loose. Okay, so all your super chats, I know you guys go to the tip jar real quick, and I love that about you. But don't feel like you got to hit mine. Don't. Donna, I saw you earlier. You sent me $10 in Venmo. More than kind, more than enough. But keep the money flowing to either Barry or let's just relax and have some fun and save your bullets today. Okay, I don't want to. I'm just saying, I'm going to do my best to maintain professional standards, but I might go loose. I might go off the rails. So, super chats go to Barry because Barry needs it for Provo. He's going to need it for bail. If you say heck in the wrong crowd, bro, you're in deep doo-doo. Provo, Utah. Yeah, there is a lot of nasty weather going on. I'm glad you mentioned that, Chris Reyes. I didn't get the weather report, our usual Stephen the Weather Guy, BiffNet weather report. I hope that he's not tore up by flooding. But yeah, that remnants, that hurricane, tearing through central Texas right now, bearing down on the Houston area, soaking a lot of places. A lot of river rescues and stuff going on around San Antonio. Yeah, the rivers are still flooded in San Antonio. That's tough, brother. That's tough. Heart goes out to the people. Truck driver Pookie, what's up, man? What's up, West Heads? So we're West Heads today. That's fine. That's good. Hey, I'm like a temp, I'm like a good temp from a cool agency. I can answer the phones. I sit out front. I got fresh jokes to tell by the cooler. Probably brought a couple pre-rolled. Drop them off for the people. D-Mata, let's see some toes, John. Hey, look, we're not going to do nighttime activities during daytime programming, okay? This is Barry on Deck. This is 2 to 4 p.m. This is a midday show. There's people at work. I have to keep this as safe for work as possible, right? I mean, I know every now and then on Sports Riot, we'll have a random person walking around with their phone real loud on Twitch, walking around HEB or something like that. And, well, that's to be expected at that time of night. But during the day, I gotta maintain my professional standards. No, I won't be busting out my toes today, D-Mata, but, I'm sure you screenshotted them last time, so enjoy it. Joe Pro, bro, right here. This is the theme of the day. This is the theme of the day. This is what I'm so excited about. I mean, obviously, bro, we're excited about the ALCS. Pumped out of my gourd for Astros, Red Sox. But let's be honest, man. What's getting Houstonians out of the house tomorrow is that storm front, or that cold front blowing through. Right? Nice 50, 60 degree morning. Doesn't get above 80 all day. Oh, bro, get the soup out. Turn on the crock pot, get some queso going, maybe some little smokies. Hoodie time. You guys ready for hoodie time? Babe, you ready for hoodie time?
Yes.
Hell yeah, we ready for hoodie time in the Wessling household. Oh my God. Tired of it. Tired of being continually moist in some fashion. You know what I mean? Continually drying off out of a shower. Always dabbing the face. No, man, I want to be cold. I want to feel cold. Sorry, I think a lot of us are that way. I want to drink coffee all day. You know? Oh, Joe Pro right here. You're absolutely right. Gumbo time. Babe, it's gumbo time. You ready for a gumbo?
Sure.
Hell yeah. Planning gumbo parties here. You know what? Let's do it Sunday. I'll get a gumbo going during League of Pain. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, heads up. I know a lot of you here in the Barry on Deck universe all wrapped up the fantasy footballs. Okay? I join you. Got me out of retirement. I'm in what I thought was Deckhead League 1, but then when I watch Barry on Deck, I see that it's actually Deckhead League 4. But nice of him to tell me it was League 1. I thought it was League 1. Like, oh, I'm in the main one. I'm in room 4 in the fantasy leagues. But anyway, I'm excited about it. We got the Sports Riot League of Pain, the most painful fantasy football league you could ever be a part of. That's in full swing as well. But fantasy football players, look out. This is your first bye week. Don't let that sneak up on you. Don't let a nice hot streak that you got going in the first 5 weeks let you fall complacent and you wind up starting someone who's on the bye week. So the teams that are on the bye week, you need to know: San Francisco 49ers, the Atlanta Falcons, the New York Jets. I don't know if a lot of you are really heavily invested in your fantasy leagues in the offensive starters of the New York Jets. If you are, you should probably just disregard the rest of this statement. You're probably out of it anyway. You know, if you're starting Zach Wilson, bro, that's painful. That's painful. And of course, the New Orleans Saints. Now that one might have a little bit more fantasy impact. But San Francisco, you got Garoppolo. You got, if you're like me and you're suffering through the growing pains of Trey Sermon, just know he's on the bench. It's gonna be the easiest time to bench him so far. It'll be this week. The Falcons, you got old ass Matt Ryan. You're probably not doing good. You're probably 2-3 at best. But Saints, there's a lot of money to be made there on Saints. Get ready for it. Prepare yourself. I really hope McCaffrey plays. I do too, buddy. I do too. And that has nothing to do with fantasy football. I just mean as a person. I hope Christian McCaffrey, I hope he plays. You know? Good talk. Good talk. Oh, yeah, see? We got some Christian McCaffrey talk going on in the chat over here. CC, same bullshit shame. He's on my money league team. CC, how many leagues do you have going? I remember when you were at the Deckhead League 4 draft, you had the number 1 pick, and then you auto draft and sat there and drank beer. And then so far, I think you're undefeated. So you're doing pretty good. You are a natural fantasy football. Okay, here we go. Drop Wilson, get Moon. You know, Warren Moon, I assume that's who you're talking about. Even retired, even Hall of Fame, will have a better quarterback rating most weeks. Okay, I lost track. I lost the thread here. See, you guys are so good at the chat. The chat is sometimes kicking more than the talk is. Sometimes, I mean most times. Quite a bit. Oh, yeah, truck driver Pookie. 50 degrees. Watch out, neighbors. I can read the rest. Yeah, fat naked Mexican with breakfast tacos walking the block. Yeah, that's my jam right there, bro. I would invite you to the porch. I'll invite you to the porch. Pour you some coffee. You know what I mean? Maybe buy a poncho from you. Those breakfast tacos do sound good, dude. Good, man. Oh, my God. You know, it's so funny. I grew up in South Texas. I grew up in McAllen, went to high school in Victoria, worked my way up out of the valley gradually. It's how you do it so you don't get the bends. If you come out too fast, you fall back down. You live in Corpus till you die. But if you leave gradually, you can escape the event horizon of I-10 and reach the modern world. But you know, I had friends that I met from up north, or I think were college friends that were going to the valley for about 3 months for work, oil business guys. They're like, hey man, where's the best Mexican food in the valley? Sends me like a Facebook message. Like, we're gonna get good Mexican food. And I told him Laredo Taco at the Stripes would be the best you'll find. And he thought I was joking. Like, he didn't respond, just sort of blew it off. Like, he thought that I was, oh, you want a good food recommendation? Go to a gas station and get the tacos there. Right? So you go, whatever. Cut to about 3 months later, he sends me a message out of nowhere. He's like, dude, you weren't lying, man. We wound up eating at Stripes like sometimes 2 times a day. It's true. It's hard to explain that, man. You can go to the fancy restaurants. You can go to San Antonio, go on the Riverwalk, and, you know, spend $100 for a fancy, pure Spanish, and be amazing food. We're talking Michelin star quality food. And on the way home, when you're hungry, stop at Stripes, hit the Laredo Taco, get a barbacoa taco, and that'll be the one you're remembering 2 days later. Right, Matt Poche? You know what's up. Now, hold on. Now, let me be real clear here. I'm not endorsing all gas station restaurants. Okay, overall, I would say it's probably underneath the Mendoza line of acceptable food standards and quality and taste and digestibility and everything. But in this case, the Stripes gas stations with the Laredo Taco, can't beat it. Can't beat it. Absolutely can't beat it. Stripes is supple. Okay. All right. I get it. I get what you're going for there. I don't know if that's the proper use of the word supple, but I'll allow it. D-Mata. Hey, now come on. Now don't throw smoke at San Antonio, okay? We got no beef with San Antonio right now. It's NBA season's just about to start in about 5 days. Okay, let's not get hostilities going with Spurs fans telling them that their food on the Riverwalk sucks. Ass, as you put it there. That could be an endorsement. You know what I mean? Just saying. If you're going to eat barbacoa, eat some ass. Is Kobo's open tomorrow? I'm glad that you mentioned that. It looks like, from following on Twitter, if you're not following Kobo's Q on Twitter, you got to get on that. Yeah, he's about to open up his new place. Big opening tomorrow. Couldn't have asked for better timing. I know he was trying to get open about a week or so ago with, it goes with health inspections. You can hear him. Amazon dropping shit off at the house right now. But it should be, from all I've seen on Twitter, it will be open tomorrow. So if you're going to the game, if you're one of the fortunate sons of Houston and you can afford to go to an LCS game, run by Kobo's Q right there. It's like 2 blocks away. You can see it from the, what do you call that? The light tower at home plate thing, whatever is there, whatever it is, the former Enron sign. Okay, CC, Spurs fan here. I mean, he's not lying. You're talking about the food on the Riverwalk sucking ass. Yeah, I mean, it's touristy. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you're from Nebraska and you're down there for a bowl game, all right, and you want to eat some queso and have some dudes on a mariachi sing at you, it's good for the experience. I wouldn't, trying to think where, if you were really driving into San Antonio, if you wanted to go to the real deep, dark, good places, let those know. Those are my favorite, man. The holes in the wall, the Anthony Bourdain kind of restaurants, the ones that he would go to, the street food. Oh, it's worth the diarrhea. All right, Amos Johnson. Hey, what's up, Amos? Good to see you. If you go to New Orleans, the gas station po' boys are better than any restaurant. Boy, that's true too in Louisiana. But I got to be careful. You learn a lot as a traveling comic about being mindful of food safety while you're traveling. Nothing worse than being stuck on a run where you got to do 7 shows and 8 nights in different cities, and you got the squirts the entire way. That's a tough way to keep your living. So yeah, what you need is a good friendly tip on which ones to go to. Like, I hooked the guy up from South Texas, told him to go to Stripes. That's the pro knows. That's what you know. So Amos, if you're going to New Orleans, let us know which ones to hit. Right? Is it just sort of standard? I'll tell you, one time I was driving back from Baton Rouge, I believe, with Caroline Picard, and I was hung over bad, dude. And we stopped at some truck stop, and she handed me 2 links of boudin, and it was disgusting, but it was so good. Like, I felt disgusting taking the first couple of bites, but then once I got in there and no one was laughing at me, boy, it was so good. God, it was so good. And disgusting visually. and textually. It was like a couple of condoms full of rice pilaf. It was disgusting. Not my favorite, but damn, boy, did it put that fire out in that hangover, man. All right, so Amos, let me know which ones to look at. A white magic. Charles Barkley has told me all I need to know about San Antonio. Sometimes that's not good. That's not bad. What was this? Kobo is just in time for the playoffs. I know, boy. He's his first month. That's good for him. His merch looks good. We were laughing because that part of the Houston, they call it Edo, right, for east of downtown. That's the new gentrified name for what I believe is Third Ward. But yeah, Edo. It's a nice way to change it. And you saw his hat. He put out the hat, and I got to get one. I don't think he meant it to look like. Well, the O in Edo is his fire logo. So it looks like EAD fire. So like eat a dick fire. Eat a fire dick. Which I guess dovetails right back to that Boudin conversation. Nick Gamboa, yeah, the cash only place is the best. Yeah. They don't want a paper trail. You don't want a paper trail. We don't need to get satellites involved. Let's just handle this currency on currency. Yeah, I like any kind of taco, burger, food truck kind of situation where you can actually barter, where you're like, they tell you what the price is. You're like, dude, what can I get? Give me an $8 basket. That's the only cash I have, or surf like $5. I have a $5 bill. He's like, I got you, man. I'm going to throw a couple of little hush puppies here. There you go. There's 2 shrimp. Boom. $5. Donna, I've been missing. Well, Donna, don't worry, honey. He's going to be open tomorrow. So, and, Donna, I know you don't mean it that way, but I always read your texts or your comments with sort of a breathlessness to it. It's just because you write properly. You don't use the normal internet shorthand that the rest of us use. You still write, like using apostrophes and contractions and whatnot. Sounds very proper. I've been missing Kobo's barbecue. On a night like this, man, my mind wanders upon the wet brisket. I've been missing you, Kobo. It's good, man. I'm telling you. He's one of those where I've only eaten one thing, I think. It was something Barry had. Remember his place. He had some leftovers. But, boy, looking at the pictures of those birria tacos. Oh, my God, a brisket grilled cheese taco. God bless. Joe Pro standing up for Boudin. Didn't mean to besmirch the glory of Boudin, the national food of found meat. Good Boudin could about world. I'm guessing you mean that could bring about world peace. Yeah, I bet, absolutely. If you had a good night of drinking, like a G8 summit where they just got shithoused and everyone's hammered, and then the next morning they're like, "You feel like crap? Enjoy this Boudin from the Louisiana region of America." They'd be like, "Damn, dude, his hats." Yeah, Ben, the eat a dick hats. We got to get it. We got to get a Kobo's eat a dick fire hats. Those are great. All right, Sandoval. Sandoval's trying to, he's trying to show his sports allegiances. That's one thing about Houston. We're all mixed bag, right? Spurs, Cowboys, Astros. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's tell me you live in San Marcos without telling me you live in San Marcos. Spurs, Cowboys, Astros. Interesting. You'll never find a single sports bar that caters to all three of those anywhere in the populated parts of Texas. Oh, look, Sandoval wants to fight. Relax. Hey, why don't y'all, CC, why don't y'all, bond on the Cowboys love? All right, I'm just about caught up with the chat here. Oh, no, that's hold on. I got to give some good advice. I got where to go. Amos says, any store in New Orleans with an older black woman in the kitchen, you're good. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of questions I have there. It's very difficult to sometimes determine the age of black women, and I do not recommend trying too hard. They suss out your follow-up questions pretty quick. But yes, that is good. That is a good note. We also used to, about Church's chicken. If you ever eat at Church's, I love Church's. But there's two distinct kinds of Church's. There's the older black lady run Church's, and then there's the Hispanic lady run Church's. And both are very good and distinctly different. It's good to know which one you're getting before you go. All right, I should probably talk sports, right? Have I just been BSing here for the first 25 minutes of the show? I told you that's what I'm going to wind up doing. But yes, here, I loaded some pictures, so let me use these pictures. It is a very busy sports day today. It's a consequential day. Yesterday, not so much. A lot of NHL action yesterday, and we are going to talk hockey. Hold on, I got to get that off the screen. All right. And then boom, and then bam, boom, bing, bang, boom. But tonight's the big night right here. This is the game that everyone's talking about, the NLCS or the NLDS Game 5, winner go home. Played in San Francisco, Giants, Dodgers. I'm leaning heavily on the Giants here. The Giants, there's a reason they have the home field advantage and surprise everybody. That was mostly the yeoman's work that they did against the Dodgers this year. So yeah, I like the Giants at home. Their Game 1 starter, Logan Webb, heads back out. We'll see who gets the advantage of seeing him the second time around. Did he learn more about the hitters, or did the hitters learn more about Logan Webb? Starting for the Dodgers, their 20-plus game winner, Julio Urias, is the starter. It's going to be a chilly night in San Francisco, 48-degree hoodie weather. We talked about hoodie weather. You know how I be loving some hoodie weather. So we're going to talk about that tonight on Sports Riot as well. Tonight's a little bit of a two-sport doubleheader on Sports Riot. If you don't know, Sports Riot. Hold on, I got another picture here. Hold on, what is it? Here you go. Boom, smash. Sports Riot Live. Normally Barry Lamenek is our partner, but he'll be out tonight. It'll just be me and Mike Liebeshock. Liebeshock. I always say it wrong. I should remember. Liebeshock will be on tonight, and we'll be sidecasting the Bucks versus Eagles Thursday night football game with our normally scheduled half-ass sidecast and full-ass halftime show. But we'll also be keeping one eye over on Game 5 NLDS to see who's going to wind up hosting the Braves in the NLCS, because either way, whoever wins this game is going to have 110 wins and be the number one seed, or effectively, they'll have you know what I'm saying, right? You're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, now here's another thing. I found this, because, when we talk football tonight, this is the beginning of Week 6, Thursday Night Football. Most of the matchups on Thursday Night Football are trash, right? They just sort of go that direction. It seems to be the compulsory, every team gets one primetime game, so they put the crappy ones on Thursdays and just bury them and let them fight to fight to their death. But it seems weird. Like lately, it's been a streak where every single Thursday night game, no matter how trash the teams are, no matter how bad the game is, they seem to come out and say that it was the highest rated Thursday night ever. It's cascading. Each week is setting amazing records. Now, when it was Jags Panthers or something like that, I was like, there's no way. When was it Jags Panthers? Anyway, something like that. The fact that you don't know right off the bat tells me that there's no way that was the highest rated Thursday night game. There must be finding new ways to count people that they haven't had before, maybe more inflated numbers. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, I'm looking for pictures that I can post tonight, or to kind of throw up here. I'm trying to increase the production value a little bit, even on short notice, even on half-ass wish I took a nap notice. I was like, I want to throw some pictures, some images up on the screen. So here's a little promo picture for tonight's game, and this was made by the fine people at Fox and Amazon Prime and the NFL Network. This is a network and league approved promo for this game tonight between your Tampa Bay Buccaneers and your Philadelphia Eagles, which, as we know, should be defined as a quarterback battle, right? Between the great ageless Tom Brady and the young upstart Jalen Hurts. Who the hell are these two guys? And why on earth would anyone think that these two chodes would be anything that would sell this game to anybody at all? Right? Okay, that's number 50 for the Bucks right here. Number 91 for the Eagles. Well, number 91, I'll give him credit. He's a team captain, so evidently he's pretty important. I know really nothing about the Bucks or the Eagles. I saw this, and I didn't even do the research. It could have been very easy for me to look online and to see who these players are. The fact is, fat lineman, semi-fat lineman, not really how you sell this game. Am I wrong here? I mean, I just want to leave this picture here and think about marketing. I've done a smidge of graphic design in my life. I've at least stood over the guy who was actually doing it shoulder and pointed and had ideas. Who the hell said that these dudes were the ones that you pitch Bucks and Eagles? I don't know. It just seems insane to me. I can't. Let's see if, okay, yeah. All right. Fletcher Cox, top 5 D tackle in the game. You're absolutely right. That is Fletcher Cox. He is one of the top 5 defensive tackles in the game. And if you know anything about sports marketing and large networks in the leagues, nothing moves the needle. Nothing brings the viewers in more than a top 5 defensive tackle. Uh-oh. Babe, is that an alert or a test?
Test.
It's just a test?
Yes.
Thank God. You sure that no emergency information followed after? That's how you know it's a real thing.
I just pushed OK, it would go away.
Okay. Wasn't like a Amber Alert?
I don't have answers.
If it was Amber Alert, our phones would be going off too. All right, just a test, everybody. Stand down. Stand down. You know, with the weather, there was lightning earlier. Probably flash flooding. Walt Walker says Fletcher Cox is the best Eagles player. Well, that's cold-blooded. But he's still not an exciting player. Not I don't know. Hold up. Wait, Amos Johnson. Are they Hispanic? I think it's Hispanic heritage much. That's a good question. I think you're making this up, truck driver Pookie. There's no way that's a real person's name, Chad Brandolowinski. I'm not going to look it up. I'm going to trust the chat. I'm going to go no Google. Sorry about that, everybody at home. Sorry, babe. That was just a sneeze. I'm not dying. It was just a test. I might, though.
Testing your underpants?
Yeah, they did. I did get both sides. I hope that didn't pick up. I hope you only heard the sneeze. All right. Fidel says it's an alert or a weather alert. Terrence J. Reggie White was the best. All right, but we're not going on that road yet. Walt Walker says the Texans would have had J.J. Watt to move the needle a couple years ago. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, these are making sense. And it's a name brand kind of player, name brand person. Someone's got a little panache to him, a little bit of, what do you call it, a little star power. Okay, Fletcher Cox, who's number 50? Who's number 50 on the Bucs? That doesn't look like a point-scoring individual. I know they're allowed to wear different numbers and stuff now, but I don't think the number 50 there, I don't think that's their tight end, is it? Is it? Who's that guy? It's not even a great picture of that. I mean, he looks happy. Looks like he's having a good time. Oh, did you get it? Did you get it in there? No. Oh, shit. All right, a little drama at the Wessling house, folks. Let me tell you okay. We're trying to get some pills into these cats. One's a flea pill. One's a wormer. Figured it was so many of the people in our neighborhood were taking wormer, so we figured it's probably good for the cats. Veterinarian says we're the first person who's bought this for a cat in 6 months. But anyway, so the wife is in the other room trying to get the cat that we adopted right here on Barry on Deck. Our cat Vinny was Bumbleino. You can hear him in there. He's a big, strong boy. He's like a Rottweiler cat. He does not want to take his cheese-covered dewormer pill. So that'll be a little side drama. Oh, there, he just ran by. It's all right, Vin. It's all right, bro. Vin, you're doing good. Doing a good job. Keep eating that cheese, bro. Good job separating the cheese from the pill. It's a good boy. Okay. Well, all right. So here we go. So here's the player that they did choose to promote this game with. I'm just saying, let's throw this out here. Maybe you could have gone with this guy. Right? I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a Tom Brady stan, I guess. But still, I mean, even if you don't like the guy, you got to figure you're tuning in to see how Tom Brady does, right? Maybe Jalen Hurts. Hey, how about this? You got Fletcher Cox, who you're hoping is going to tackle Tom Brady. Well, look, you got a picture of him pointing. You could have easily put this picture of him pointing in that spot right there where it looks like he's pointing at Fletcher Cox. And then I'm thinking you could have found a picture of Fletcher Cox looking the other direction. Maybe he's one of their best defensive players. There's at least 8-9 photographers every game. They got to have plenty of shots of him facing the other direction. You know what? Barry with Photoshop would be able to flip the player and then flip the patches and the numbers so that it read right. I'm just saying. Tom Brady, better than Rando Dude, number 50. Yeah, you do. Someone's asking about the cat. Yeah, that's a cat. That's a cat. We got a lot of cat business going on here at the Wessling house. It's crazy. We have lost our mind. Joe Pro, Vinny seems like a cat that tolerates no bullshit. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's our junkyard dog. He's a good boy, but you pet him on his terms, and there will be no surprise snuggling, no sudden movements. You stay cool. Vinny stays cool. Christy Spark recommends a pill gun. I don't know what that is. I don't know how you do you still shoot it in their mouth, or do you just shoot their body and it goes inside? I have a lot of questions about what a pill gun is for a cat. Matt Poche, that is an angry cat. Well, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like taking his medicine. He's pulling a Kyrie Irving right now. He wants to do his own research. He's really particular about what he puts in his body outside of the things that he licks off the floor. But yeah, as soon as you tell him he has to take a pill, he doesn't want to do it. Yeah, you do hear a kitty cat. Yeah, no excuse for the Bucks guy, right? Walt Walker, it makes no sense. Why, look, if you're just mocking up a picture, maybe in-house, maybe when the NFL got their emails cracked, they also had to dump out their drafts folder, their placeholders. I'm like, oh, screw it. Okay, yeah. That was yeah, okay. So that guy, number 50 for the Bucks, he's a D tackle. So someone in the marketing department said, when the Bucks play the Eagles on Thursday Night Football, America is tuning in for a defensive tackle showdown. Even though I know it's ridiculous when they talk about a quarterback matchup because they're never on the same field at the same time. But no one ever. Okay. We have yet to reach a consensus on how this guy's name is spelled. I could look it up. I could just open another tab right over here, look it up, but we're going to let the chat figure it out. Vita Vea. Clearly his name's Roman. I think I read his name on a coin. Vita Vea. Yeah. All cats Victor. I don't know what to say about that. Christy works at a pet store. Oh, okay, hold up. Oh, so it's like so we're talking about the pill gun here. If you're looking to get a pill down a cat, evidently wrapping it in cream cheese only works for 2 out of 3 cats. They are the soft-hearted orangey cats that you can pick up, and they're fluffy boys, and they'll eat whatever you give them. Our prisoner cat, he seems to be a little tougher. So you said it's like a syringe. You put it in their mouth, but it shoots the pill into their throat. Okay. Yeah, and if he doesn't take it, he will always have worms then. That's a shame. Maybe he likes his worms. You ever think about that, John? Do you ever think that perhaps Vinny likes having worms? Could be.
Like him having worms in our house.
Yeah, that's what we need. Him shitting worms on our pillows. That's not a personal choice. It affects us. We got to worry about the herd here. Yeah. All right, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, Christy. Appreciate your support. Any other tips you got on getting a pill into a cat before we dive into the NLDS Game 5 tonight and more about Thursday Night Football? Oh, Dallas Villanueva thinking like a coach here. Maybe the DTs are going to play fullback at the goal line. Yeah, right? We haven't seen that brand of football in a long time. I like that. Matt Poche, you're really nerding out here on us. Fry on Futurama has some really cool worms. Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. Yes. All right. So anyway, wave my towel. Oh, I got a little piece of advice I want to give you guys from someone who has whacked themselves in the eyeball with a celebration towel. Okay, what I have here is your Garden Variety Stadium giveaway Orange Astros towel. Okay, you'll probably, if you go to the game, they're going to be handing these kind of things out. You can expect that in the postseason. Now, a lot of people, when they get it, they instantly go to this move. But you're just whacking yourself in the eye. This is going to hurt, ruin your enjoyment of the game. Here's the pro move. Go the other way. More like it's whacking the back of your head. I can watch the game. I can root. I can cheer. I can drink a beer. Look at that. Nothing's stopping me. Go the other way. It's just irritation. Distraction. I don't really feel overcome with the team spirit. And I feel like it's being more selfish. I'm like pulling the atmosphere into me. Like it seems like a pull in. No, I want to give the love to the team, so it's more of a goes out like that. Does that make sense? I don't know if you guys approve or not of my my mechanics here on celebrating during the postseason. But that's my thought. I'm just trying to help, trying to be a good fan. Oh, hold on, wait, Matt Poche. Or raise your hand higher. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, Matt Poche. Sure, just wave it up here, all crazy like. And you know what? You know the way stadiums are laid out? I'm up here obstructing the view of at least 4 people behind me. Okay? Now, I'm a man of the people. I'm not trying to obscure views from people that probably also pay close to $1,000 for their single game tickets at this point, if they didn't buy them already for about $250, $300. So, I keep my celebrating inside my driver's license picture box. That's where you should be. All right, just right here. That's the idea. Just trying to be considerate, Matt. Bring in the love, push out the jive. Meow. Okay. Yeah, you feel it. You're feeling what I'm dealing there, Derek Ursha. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. How you been, man? How you been? We were talking a little bit about food trucks earlier. You're a food truck man from way back. See, if I'm waving it up here, yeah, people behind me, they can't see. So wave it to the back of your head and close. Or there's the back and forth, but now you're creating a little bit of a whip. All right, you're gonna pop somebody in the back of their head there, whap someone in the beer behind you, or slap right inside their beer, fling beer that way. No, man, you're more controlled. You're more in your own airspace, just swinging it around to the back of your head. Just thinking. Just try to be careful. You know what I mean? It's like those State Farm ads. Oh, yeah, we've seen it because we've seen it. Helicopter like Petey Pablo, lol. I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know, like Petey Pablo, what that means. Oh, truck driver Pookie. Stand up and wave to make everyone behind you stand. It's the playoffs. Let's go. Hold on, truck driver Pookie. Are you the little bitty fella? Because you can go ahead and stand up. You're not going to obstruct any views. But I can't remember exactly if you're the little bitty fella or not. I think that was you. Derek Ursha. You've been good. Well, okay, well, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear you've been good. Yeah, doing make spot start. That's my job here. I am John Wessling, specialized in long relief. Why have a position player pitch when you can have this guy do it? All right. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, yeah. No, that's Fidel. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. No, that's Fidel. I'm the fat one. Are you fat and short or just fat and regular height? It's funny how you guys all know exactly who I meant when I said it's the little bitty one. Amazing Fro, though. Boy, that kid can grow some hair. You know what I mean? Everybody gets something in the genetic lottery. You know what I mean? No one goes over. You always get something. The Lord's like, man, I made you a real tiny fella here, man. I'm sorry about that. How about this? Some badass ludicrous hair. Huh? Fidel. I'm the little one. Now, okay, I'm sorry, man. I told you guys, I meet you, I know you, but I have a hard time lining up with names. It's the old ass Gen X 46-year-old in me. My bad, y'all. All right. Well, Fidel, you just go crazy. You know what I mean? You're like the little bumblebee guy on the Mexican news channel. You know what I'm saying? You just get after it. You're there to lighten the mood. You're like a little bitty orbit. I love you, man. Love all you guys. So nice meeting y'all. Hanging out with you guys at the Improv. That was a cool night. That was a real cool night. Shelby getting married. That was great. That was cool. I had a blast. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. We're gonna do more of those coming up in the future. But it's so funny. But me and Barry were talking about you guys the other day. I'm gonna leave up. I'm the little one Wessling for a little while, for a little bit. Oh, this is Chris Reyes. Welcome, millennial. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Yeah, okay, I met you at Hopscotch. That's right. I remember you, buddy. Yeah, you had the front shirt. Yep, I remember you. I remember you now. Bumblebee guy. What channel is that? I think it's kind of Canal 48. I think it's Canal 48. Check channel Canal 48. This one had the Bumblebee guy. I believe it was an ad for Stripes, actually. The Laredo Taco. Shelby, are you just now getting here? I thought you were here earlier. I gave you credit for being here earlier. I said hi to you already, but hi again, Mrs. Tucker. Appreciate you. Fidel, I wonder if they have a kid-size Orbit costume. Well, I hope so. You know what I mean? It's actually weirder if they have adult-size costumes for Orbit for sale. It should only be available in kid sizes. You know what I mean? Just think about that for a second. Let's all take a second. Process that. All right. It's like a teacher and students. There's a lot more of us than there are Mr. Westlings. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Yeah. Well, I'm doing better. I'm trying to remember everybody. But, hey, come on, guys. The last 2 years, we've all been, lives changed in lockdown, hiding, quarantine, shit like that. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a hard time adapting and getting back into regular social graces and people, being around people, which, here I'll give you a little personal announcement. I got to get my shit together because for the first time since March of 2020, I just booked my first return to the sea. We're going back on a cruise ship this December. So, I got to get my mind right. I got to look back at my act. I got to clean up. I got to iron a coat. I got to probably get a shoe or two, a new belt. Oh, so many of these things. Oh, just can't imagine it. But I thank you very much, CC. Yeah, congrats. What's up? Yes, I sail again. But now look, it's not going to be like, before when I was on the sea working, it was like, I was gone like 25 days a month, right? Average 25, 20. I'm not doing that anymore. Like 2 weeks a month at most. So I'll still be able to maintain my broadcast schedule on Sports Riot, get to obviously do after laters, things like that. Thank you, Shelby. Yeah, it just shows that things are kind of getting back to normal a little bit. I'll be going in and out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, for a couple of weeks right around the holidays. That's gonna be very nice. Speaking of San Juan, Puerto Rico, let's talk about something here. Look at me. Watch me try to make this work. Speaking of beautiful San Juan, Puerto Rico, the home of Carlos Correa. Now it's really hard, it seems, to get Correa to go on the record and talk about free agency, his thoughts about re-signing with the Astros, his position with the team. He does really good in post-game heroic sound bites, and that's perfect. That's a great way for him to kind of communicate. But evidently that's only in English. In Spanish, he will chat with you up for about 20 minutes on the radio in Puerto Rico and talk about all of his thoughts on free agency. One little thing that he said, interview with some guy out of Puerto Rico. It was kind of like a Twitch show, really, what it looked like, but I believe it was on the radio in Puerto Rico, where, national hero, as well he should be. He says at one point, and it's caused a big stir, he said, "Those pinstripes look real good, buddy." Okay, and everyone thought, Carlos Correa already said some stuff about Jim Crane not paying when he could have. All of a sudden is now saying that pinstripes look real good, buddy. Now, everyone bugged out because obviously you're thinking what we're all thinking. He thinks pinstripes look good. He's going to go to the Yankees, and that's just the worst case scenario for you as an Astros fan. Best case scenario if you're a Yankees fan, but I don't know too many of those. I'm an Astros fan. I don't want to hear that. Of course, someone who actually speaks Spanish listened to the interview and said, well, he technically said those words, but he was more making fun of the guy, the host of the show, who was a Mets fan. So he was, coyishly, when he was asking, so go ahead, man, why don't you just tell us where you're going to go? He was saying, those pinstripes look good, to make fun of the guy who was a Mets fan, like it was his worst nightmare. Because obviously, Mets want anybody that leaves the Astros. They wanted Springer real bad. They'll happily take Correa. I don't know if they got their Madoff money back yet. I don't know nothing about the Mets. Kind of forgot they were playing this year. Fidel, my family is from San Juan. Dude, I love San Juan. San Juan is a gorgeous place. I've got to go to San Juan, Puerto Rico well over a dozen times over the past few years, working on cruise ships. Overnighted there, spent days walking down the streets of Old San Juan. It is amazing. It's a gorgeous city. If you haven't had a chance to go to Puerto Rico and go to San Juan, it is cool. It's like San Francisco in the Caribbean. It's great town. I recommend the mofongo. If you're going to go to San Juan, you got to get the mofongo. I'm sure someone will testify. Context in different language does get tricky. It does, especially when you can just, same thing in English, just clip half a sentence when you want it to say. Dandy Dan says context is always important. I still am optimistic he will return if the offer is good. I am too, and there was part of the discussion. Sorry, I wasn't able to screenshot it and post it all up here. So going from the dome here. But at one point he was talking about how the difference is in an offer from like the Dodgers than it would be an offer from from Houston. He's like, the Dodgers offer me $30 million a year, but I got to give 27% in state tax, 30-something% in federal tax. So I'm only clearing about 12 to 18. He said the Astros can pay me 25 and I'll get closer to 22 because of the no state. So he already has a good grasp of the math of how this all works. I don't feel like he's kind of a sloppy free agent who just wants to get like college style recruiting and go someplace cool for the big press conference. He even said he's not interested in making the record or having the big press conference. He's thinking about money in the bank. So that's his deal. Oh, Mike Liebeshock blowing me up here. Let me see what's up. Oh yeah, we're making our picks and stuff for tonight. Oh, shock. Big shocker. Shock's going with the Tampa Bay Bucks tonight to win. The hell? Got cats jumping behind me. I'm kind of leaning Bucks too, but I might pick the Eagles just because I feel like this is going to be the beginning of mayhem week in the NFL. What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, Carlos Correa. Yeah, so he's already seems pretty wise on the money and wanting the income. He wants the money in the bank, not in the big Happy Gilmore check at the press conference. So that's encouraging. Fidel, I've been there more. Well, Fidel, you got to go to San Juan, brother. You know what I'm saying? You go spend several days there. It's amazing. It's gonna be the white tour, and they speak English and they take U.S. money, so it's fantastic. Yeah, they understood me when I was drunk speaking as much. Whoa, did you see that? See that? That's Dan. Hey, Dan. Say hi to the internet, you idiot. What are you doing up there? All right, stay tuned, folks, because this cat will likely hurt himself. I don't know how he's going to get down from there. He might stay there. Babe, you see where Dan is? Yeah, let him stay. Let's see how this turns out. Yeah, he's going to go with sleep. Okay. All right. I guess once you get to the highest point in the room, then the dude would just chill and survey all what you purvey. Good job, Dan. Idiot. As soon as the show's over, he's going to want me to get him out of there. When the cat made the noise, Wessling had that startled look like someone walked in on self-love time. Yeah, well, the way I'm in my office here for my shot, I got my headphones in, so I can't really hear much around me. And there was one time we were doing Sports Riot at night, and I got the shit scared right out of me where I thought someone was walking behind me, and it wasn't family. Like, I thought someone just broke in and walked up on my ass, and I was like, I did the full, yeah, it was nuts. I was more worried about him breaking something, not like I was going to get hurt. If it would have been the stuff that's above me here, then I'd have been tripping. But no. Yeah, Dandy Dan. My cat's name is Dan. That's Danny. Danny, aka Daniel, aka Dan. Fucking Dan. He gets fucking Dan a lot. Yeah. We like naming our cats regular human old man names. It's kind of a thing in our family. It feels better to yell at him than Fluffy Nuts. Get down there, Mr. Whiskers. Fucking Dan. Get down. See, he perked up. You can see him. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, shit. He's good. He's good. He made it. He always makes it. He's fine. You good, Dan? All right. Now get out of the shot. Yeah, he's going to go. Hide. Shelby, you got a fucking Donnie? Yeah, it's good. Dandy Dan, so you're saying I have an old man name. Are you sensitive about the name Daniel? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I guess other than Daniel Tiger, you're not really seeing people younger than 20 named Dan right now, Not to say you're...
Name Dan.
Say what?
We didn't name Dan. That was his shelter name.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, okay. So it was a shelter name that we chose to honor. Because, the shelter name is a suggestion. You don't have to keep the shelter name. Like for Vinny, we didn't. His shelter name was Bumbolino. We just made that his last name. Vinny Bumbolino.
Otis was Dr. Seuss.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That's horrible. Yeah. That's horrible. I see why, if they named that cat Dr. Seuss, I see why they gave him away. They didn't deserve pets. One of the first places me and my wife lived at when we first started dating, we moved in together. We had a roommate who, nice girl, real nice, very friendly, dingbat as hell, and way on cocaine. And she got a kitten, and we don't know what she fed that kitten because we never saw any kind of food or litter box, honestly. But that kitty's name was Mr. Glitter. Mr. Glitter. Mr. Glitter. Coked up waitress cat. She's like, it's a good thing I don't have a box springs or a frame because otherwise he'd run underneath there. Mr. Glitter, he's a bad kitty. A dandy Dan, you got the hairline of an old man, and dude, hey, the only way out is through. Okay, that's kind of been my philosophy as I've gotten older. There was a tipping point. I really think it was 35. Once you're older than 35, if you're taking active measures to look younger, it's kind of sad. It's better just to roll with it. You know what I mean? This is what you get. This is what happened, right? Oh, and my niece loves Daniel Tiger. It's funny that Daniel Tiger, for those of you who don't know, those of you don't have kids, Daniel Tiger, it's exactly Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, but it's just cartoonized, and the character is a tiger. But first time we happened upon it years ago, just flipping through the channels and saw it, and my youngest, I think, was mesmerized by it instantly. It starts playing for, it's running. It's in the middle of an episode. So just sort of absorbing it, being near it, I start picking up its similarities to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And I started getting pissed that they had stolen Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood idea without the express written consent of the Fred Rogers estate, right? I was like mad and then we see the credits, and of course it's obviously produced by, it's licensed, it's official. I was like, oh, okay. But I was like, man, like I need to write a letter. Someone needs to know that this seemingly unknown cartoon to me before is ripping off Fred Rogers. Can't have that. Derek Ursha, absolutely 100%. No one actually likes Caillou. I don't understand why Caillou exists. Maybe it's almost like an industrial film. Is it just cautionary tales? It's like if you had a kid like a Caillou, you would not have that kid much longer. You would name them Dr. Seuss and drop them off at a shelter or something. I don't know. Fire station, safe zone, wherever the safe places that you can. Here, I'll give you another little view into the Wessling parenting style. They at fire stations, places like that, they have here's a safe place you can drop the kids. Every time we see one of them, we point them out to the kids. Like, next time, I could just drop you right here, no questions asked. I don't know if we've ever told them it was a joke, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I was getting to a point earlier until we started talking about Carlos Correa. You guys weren't really feeling that. I think we're all just roll with it. Oh, wait. Cece, you forgot to like the video. You're good now. Hey, yeah, man, I am slacking on my duties here as a temporary host of Barry on Deck. First, I want to thank the AP Law Group. I'm pretty sure they sponsor the show. I don't know if they sponsor it when I'm hosting, but normally they sponsor the show. And so if you need a lawyer, go to aplawgroup.com, I'm guessing. Probably is chat fill in if it's not. They're good people. You want to make sure you eat at Dan's seafood and wings. Great seafood and wings. I definitely recommend the shrimp, even with the heads on, are amazing and delicious, very spicy. But yeah, please make sure that you like the video down below. If you haven't already, if you're enjoying what we're doing here at the Barry on Deck Enterprises, share the link, subscribe, comment. Did I say it all? I don't know if I said it all, but I mean it all. So share it with us. And of course, we'll see you tonight on Sports Riot. That said, we're halfway through. We're at the halftime poll of Barry on Deck today. I am your host, John Wessling, everybody. I forgot to mention that. I don't know if it pops up anymore. Wait, where's my name? Does it pop up? Hold on, what about this? Nope. Hold on, I'm going to try something. I'll be right back. And now I'm back. Wait, I thought my name was supposed to pop up. Oh, well, it didn't. I'm John Wessling. That's pretty much all you need to know. Seriously, Barry told me, like, dude, the fans are only going to tolerate you being on the show if they get what they want. So I'm going to take a little break, go get a little drink of water, stretch my legs, check my cat for injuries. We'll be right back, and we'll actually talk some sports in your chats in just a minute.
I got your bitch. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. They are to be ashamed. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Look at here. There you go. They're out here sharing marijuana. Look at here. There you go. The same old nasty ass people from last week. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Corner doing dope. 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 Corner doing dope.
All right, that's enough of that. That was great. No, it freaked out some of you. No, this is not Friday. All right. It's just a little bonus treat. When you wind up with a substitute teacher like John Wessling, we're going to watch movies. We're going to screw around. We're going to pass the vape around, see what happens. You know what I mean? That's how kids learn. I might play it again. I don't know. I'm feeling crazy. Welcome back to Barry on Deck. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your guest host today, John Wessling, filling in for Barry Laminack, who is heading off to Utah, to Provo, to film his Dry Bar comedy special. If you don't know what that is, just go to drybar.com or download the app Dry Bar. Amazing comedy clips from comics from all over the country, all over the world, and it's clean comedy. Okay, so you can watch it with your kids. You can watch it around family and mixed company, as we like to say in the business. It is safe for work. So we all know Barry, and we all know that's going to be a challenge. That's why he's taking the time to get his mind right, to focus, to I don't know, probably kick sugar. You know, he's been on Weight Watchers and losing weight the past several weeks. So I hope he gets a little bit of a little bit of Utah fun. You know what I mean? That's a man that needs a little bit of Utah fun. Wholesome, clean, probably like a Sprite. You know, a nice Sprite, little skee ball with the family. Maybe some fresh air, outdoor prayer. I don't know what he'll be doing, but it'll be good for him. It's like a nice, quiet, spiritual retreat. And I think we all know Barry needed that very, very badly. Oh, yeah. The chat lit up for being on the corner doing dope. Jen wants to know, are we doing shots too? I don't have a bottle. I don't have anything to shoot. But I will prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow it's $5 Friday, right? I think today's Thirsty Thursday, so I'm letting you down and not fulfilling my end of the bargain and having shots available. But I got too much family shit to do. I got Sports Riot tonight, so I'm just getting by today. Tomorrow we'll cut loose. We'll get down. I'll have shots out. Here's the jug of Sports Riot fame. It's full of Fire Shine corn whiskey cinnamon liqueur. But I've also been doing that across it without drinking out of it for months now. So it's got a little bit of my Vavas in there. So I don't know if I want to, I don't think I'm going to be drinking out of this. But it is kicking a pretty strong cinnamon liqueur smell. I don't know if it, can bad things survive inside corn mash and cinnamon liqueur? No. We'll see. What are you saying here to me, buddy? Is that Seth Rogen? Well, that's fair. I'll take that. I'll take that over, sharp stick in the eye. He's doing great. I wonder if anyone ever walks up to Seth Rogen thinking that he's me. You know what? Maybe at like an airport, something weird. Someone runs up. John Wessling. He's like, what? No, I'm Seth Rogen. I never heard that before. Sound like a great guy. I bet he's cool. I see Shock lurking around there. Yeah, absolutely. Shelby, good eye. Mike, leave a Shock. The third leg, the partner of the Devil's Threesome on Sports Riot. Shock, happy birthday to you, my friend. I know it was your birthday. I think it was the big round number one, but I don't want to say. Type your age in there if you want to, Shock. But happy birthday to you. I know your mom came to visit. You had a whole big family thing. Super happy for you, brother. I also want to say, lest I forget, big shout out, big happy birthday to one of the members of the Patreon, Dake Shields. Everybody, happy birthday, Dake. I think it's pronounced Dake. It's Dak with an E at the end of it. So Dak with an E at the end of it. Happy birthday, buddy. If you know, as you know, if you're a member of the Patreon, you get happy birthday wishes. Hit that Patreon if you haven't already. It's patreon.com/BarryOnDeck. There's 2 packages available. There are 2 tiers, I guess they call it. The $5 tier, the $10 tier. You get all kinds of free gifts, check-ins. You get access to that 3rd hour that he does once a week, that extra little bonus, private, members only. He does it naked, right? I'm guessing. I haven't seen it because I'm not in the Patreon, and he doesn't give me access. He's very, very strict about this. But I assume that Barry goes naked for that bonus hour. So yeah, there's the $5 tier gets you access to Barry's naked hour. The $10 tier gets you out of having to watch him naked. It puts the clothes back on him digitally, which it's worth the money. It's worth the money. It really is. But the best part of the Patreon is, as the chat will tell you, is the Discord. The Discord, the group, the family unit, the P1s, the deckheads, great people. And what an amazing community that you guys have created and formed of yourselves. And, Barry will tell you, I feel the same way, Shock as well. You guys are an amazing core audience, and it is our treat and privilege to get to entertain you guys. And so you want to be one of them, dear viewer, join the Patreon. It's a community. Like, they help each other. They work together. Sometimes you need people when you're, what do you guys call it? GTSS, going through some shit, right? It's you guys are an amazing little group and family structure. So, hey, for the low price or $5 or $10 a month to have access to something like that, you got to get on it, everybody, especially for the Barry naked 1 hour bonus show. There you go. CC, happy birthday, you guy. I'm guessing that you meant you guys, like you're saying happy birthday to Dake and to Shock, which is cool, which is very cool. But the way you say happy birthday, you guy, it sounds like you're at a restaurant and someone's having a loud birthday thing next to you and you're kind of pissed and a couple beers in. You're like, hey, happy birthday, you guy. I like it either way. I like it in probably the sweet, sincere way that you meant it, and then the bitter, shitty way that I heard it. Mike Liebeshock, okay, I wanted to make sure, Shock, I wasn't for sure how public your age is, but happy birthday on the big nickel, brother. The 50, that's beautiful, man. Beautiful. You're hanging in there well. You got a beautiful run, beautiful family. You know what? I think you're just, why just put your comment on the screen and talk to you like I don't have unfettered access to Mike Liebeshock at all times. You know what? I'm going to press this little button right over here. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen.
I saw you throw the bat signal up, man.
Which was the bat signal?
Just the email saying if...
oh, yeah. Well,
go ahead, Tom.
You're always welcome. I thought it'd be fun to have you on here today. First off, to say happy birthday.
Thanks, man.
From me, on behalf of Barry and the Deckheads and the family at large here of Barry on Deck. Here's to another 50 years.
Oh, my God forbid.
If I offered you 50, would you take another 50?
That is a great question, and I have actually thought about that, and I don't know if I want 50, like 35, maybe 85, 90 sounds good.
I just don't, how you see guys, he's 95 years old, still spry. I'm like, dude, I'm 46. I'm not spry now. I don't see it getting better. I don't see in my later years this leaning out and getting real healthy. I don't see a yoga phase in my 60s or 70s that's going to prepare me. I'm going to be a bent up, shitty feeling 90-year-old man.
I do a little bit of that yoga stuff now, and I'm like a walking bowl of Rice Krispies, just snaps and crackles and pops constantly. And yeah, dude, another 50 doesn't sound good. I mean, right. Then again, it's great grandchildren, great grandchildren you'd love to put eyes on, but will I even be able to see? Would I recognize them? Would I know who I was? Who's to say?
Here's my descendants who scared the death of this wrinkly old creature. Glad I gave them a firsthand horrible memory.
But it's kind of cool if you use that. I think it's called Face App. It's this app that people started using, I guess, a year ago, where you can age yourself 20 years. And I was doing this thing where I'd age at 20, save the picture, put it back in, age it another 20. And it gets to the point where you look like a finger that had been held in the water for about 5 hours, and there's no distinguishable features. Yeah. Your eyes are closed. You don't have a nose anymore. And I'm like, I'm all right.
Yeah, brother. I mean, what if I offered you another 50 years where physically it would be exactly like this year? So you another 50 years of being 50.
Yeah.
But you also, instead of becoming wiser over the next 50 years, you regress back down to how you were as a kid by the end of it. See what I'm saying? So I'm offering you a flat line, extra 50 years physically, but with a 50-year decline or regression mentally. So you're not getting wise old man. You're going to be silly boner fart old man.
Going Benjamin Button, just opposite direction.
Yeah, and you're going to look 50, almost 100, but silly doo-doo in your head.
I think I would do it just for whatever the reverse of ages 40 back to 15 would be like to live that again. Not the awkwardness of adolescence, not having your voice pop. I don't know, your balls get sucked back up again after
No. Physically, you'll still have old balls. You'll still have old balls. All right, this got weird. We'll hammer this out later tonight.
Plenty of time during a potentially suck-ass game tonight. We'll have plenty of time to talk that over. Yeah.
There's usually that no man's land from the end of the third quarter to the middle of the fourth, where you're like, this game's still going, huh? Another penalty. I guess he used another timeout for some reason. That's when we get into the, if you could be 50 for 100 years, would you?
Oh, yeah. Now, we're all about head coaches using up 2 timeouts in the first 5 minutes of the second half. There's nothing better than misjudging the play clock and shit like that. So
you don't get to take them with you. Yeah, absolutely. No. Hey, let's talk real quick. Like I said, once again, happy birthday, Shock.
Thanks, man.
As per Sports Riot tradition, was it a happy birthday?
I don't know how to take that, but that's if I'm taking it the way I think you're throwing it out, I don't share that stuff. You guys know.
Well, okay, all right. Well, I'll just assume yes, and congratulations on that. Let's look. We have we're not just doing our normal Thursday night football half-ass sidecast. It's a little bit of a two-sport. It's almost like a doubleheader. We're gonna have eyes afield on 2 different games tonight of consequence. Our usual Thursday night football game, and then a winner-take-all game 5 in the NLDS. Let's start with the baseball, Shock.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Wait, before we do that, I don't know if you saw this earlier, but why in the hell would they promote this game with this image? Why?
I know Fletch. Fletch on the right.
Right.
Potential Hall of Famer. Is that Vita Vea?
Yeah, something like that. Vita Vea.
Yeah, it's something that appears like on a flag at your graduation or something like that. Some kind of
right.
Yeah,
it's the state motto of South Dakota. A lot of people don't know that.
Maybe the Brady Jalen Hurt graphic would be too lopsided.
I can't get my head around it. I can't get there. I don't know. I can't picture the conversation that led to that being published. But anyway, let's talk baseball first. Giants at home with their chance to eliminate the Dodgers.
Yeah.
How do you feel this one's going?
I am personally thinking Dave Roberts has already outthought himself in this game. If you haven't heard, in the last 40 minutes, it was announced that Urias is not going to be starting for the Dodgers.
What?
They're going to go with Corey Knebel, who is, I think, a right-handed reliever. And I think what they're doing is trying to get the Giants to maybe have to change their lineup up. I think it's also going to give the Dodgers a luxury of maybe using a pinch hitter earlier in the game. But Dave Roberts is already playing games, doing unbaseball stuff. I mean, it screwed him out of a World Series a couple years ago when he's got that thing about not letting a pitcher go through the order a third time, no matter how well they're doing.
He's real fussy about that.
Yeah, he's the master of screwing this kind of stuff up, and I cannot wait for this to bite him supremely in the ass, both cheeks tonight.
Now, hold on a second. Is Urias, is he a scratch, or is he a healthy scratch, or is he assumed to be in waiting to come in after this guy Knievel as is he doing the opener routine here?
Yeah, they're doing that suck-ass opener routine, and then you bring your 20-game winner in when it's potentially too late. I mean, you believe in that offense. They could put 5 up in the blink of an eye. We all know that. But the Giants aren't slouches with the bats either, and it's a gamble to hold Urias out. If Knievel goes out and lays an egg, it could be evil Knievel if things don't go well for him tonight. Then you're potentially bringing Urias in when you're already behind, which I don't think is what you want. So he's confident that Knievel can do this. I'm really supremely, like I said, hoping that this bites him in the ass.
It could go either way. Bold of Roberts to be the guy who chooses to make a decision when a light touch was probably the smarter play.
Oh, dude, let your guys play. Do what got you here.
This reminds me a little bit of what we saw in Game 4 by Tony La Russa putting on a show about Abreu getting hit, where he was essentially out of moves. There was nothing that Tony La Russa could have done that would have affected the outcome of that game at that point, right? It was his moves were done. These guys were either going to do something or not, and there's no way he thought that was a legitimate plunking on purpose. He just wanted to go out there, showboat a little bit. It was a whole thing. It was Michigas. He wanted to look busy. He wanted to look to the powers that be. Hey, I did everything I could. And I feel like that might be a little bit of Robert's, like, hey, I've got to do something. I've got to do something because I can't do nothing. I can't live with doing nothing. Do you think something that stuck out at me, and this is this time of year where San Francisco has a complete advantage over the Los Angeles, is in climate? It's going to be a chilly, windy, about a high 40s weather tonight, hoodie weather. I wonder, because the Giants, the Dodgers were only brought to the dark. The Giants were raised in it.
That's true.
This is their home turf. They are used to the cold weather at night. Might that have something to do with bullpen management and pitching staying warm?
I think only if they were expecting some precip too, man. But the Dodgers play at I always call it Candlestick. They play in San Francisco 8 to 9 times a year, depending on the schedule. So they know what it's like to play there at night. They've played interleague with Oakland, where it's pretty much the same thing at night. They know what this is about. If it was raining or a flurry, I think that's one thing. But despite that, one of the Dakotas got a 2 feet of snow yesterday. It's not happening in San Francisco tonight. It's just. And I like what Eric Resendez says. It's kind of disrespectful to Urias. You're the only 20-game winner in the MLB, and Roberts doesn't see fit to let you do this. I think this is just Dave Roberts, and I'll call him a millennial manager because of the time we're in, not his age, but doing too much. You were just talking about La Russa. You ever walk through the bullpen in the office, and all of a sudden there's people who just, I'm working.
Look how busy I am, yeah.
Look how busy I am, and this is kind of the same thing, except for I believe Roberts really thinks that what he's doing is meaningful. La Russa was just trying to get on camera one more time. His time is short. And but the game was 10-1. Had Altuve already hit the bomb?
No, I think it was 7-1 at that point.
Okay.
Or maybe even 6-1.
I mean, to his credit, he doesn't like it when his own guys plunk dudes. So it didn't surprise me that an Astro didn't wear one in the numbers the next inning. It's just not Tony's style. But for him to go out there, and I'm surprised he didn't turn around and point at Dusty a couple times. And
he did. He called him a lousy cocksucker.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, you can see all that stuff. Well, what it made me think, like you said, you're surprised an Astros hitter didn't wear one after that. Well, one did before that. Jose Altuve took that one up to the the upper arm, right? Hit him in the pad. Remember that? And then the White Sox faithful cheered. They were so happy. But I wouldn't have thought that was intentional. It looked like just the ball got away from the guy. But to see La Russa respond to the Abreu thing as though that was a retaliation makes me think that the plunk on Altuve was called by La Russa.
Yeah, except that's a ball in the hip on any other player. Altuve, that's in the shoulder. Anyone else, it's in the thigh based on height. So maybe, I don't think Dusty would do this, but what if the plunking of the White Sox hitter at the end was just a final bon voyage kiss to Tony La Russa going out the door? I would love to think that was the case, but it was a breaking pitch, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't even a heater. It looked like a cutter or a slider.
It was a breaking pitch. It jumped out of the hand. It was a
plunk
from all the way. But the thing is, on Abreu, he had, if he wasn't the leader, he was near the top of leader of hit by pitch.
Yeah.
Especially like in the last month or so. But he stands right over the plate, and he could have got out of the way. He tucked right into it. He took it like a boss. He knows what's up. He knows how to get to first. That's the new analytics, man. Get to first no matter what.
That's right.
I like this. Alex Villanueva says, hopefully San Francisco puts up 5 in the first inning.
How amazing would that be? If Posey and Longoria and all the old dudes went deep, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, yeah. They'd
Chris
love that.
Bryant.
Wrap this thing up by the second. Well, we'll find out if Dave Roberts' move is fruitful or not. Yeah. And the first indication of that will there be a corresponding lineup change by the Giants? If the Giants kind of hold with what they already have, then I would say they laugh in his general direction and choose to roll with the batting order that they.
I tend to think not, because you're not going to expect Knievel go to more than 1 or 2 frames before Urias comes in, and you want to be ready really for him.
Yeah.
It's not like if Knievel goes out and throws 2 perfect or 2 scoreless, he's coming back for the third. He's just not. You stem the tide. You wait for them to throw their starter out, whose entire mojo might be rocked by the fact that he's not going through his normal everyday routine. These guys all work on a clock. They all go on a routine. Maybe Urias will be rocked a little bit by the fact that his day isn't going as he planned. Who knows?
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, you'd hope that he wouldn't make that move in this pressure situation if Urias wasn't looped into the decision-making process, right?
That's true.
I don't think this is something you just go surprise your 20-game winner with. I mean, it obviously it smells disrespectful, so that means that you have to factor that in before you make that move. So you got to go make sure that he's cool with the schedule, that they got a plan for it.
That's right.
And then he'll be able to swing it. Derek Ursha, Robert's getting cute. They're not the LA Rays.
No, they're not.
Oh, look, Justin Swinford sending out some hot birthday love to you there,
thanks,
buddy.
Justin. Much appreciated. And to all you guys who hit me up on Twitter, FB, or whatever, right back at you. Love you guys.
Now, I want to add, let's do, since we're here on Barry on Deck, which is, as you know, Shock, we're in Barry's baby right
now. Sure.
Okay. It's warm in here.
Yeah. Indeed.
But tomorrow it'll be hoodie weather. Now here we are in Barry's baby. Let's do a little bit of a post game from our show on October 6th. Me and Barry, most of that show was old hat, right? We know how to go up at the Improv. We're comics, but that was a bigger deal for you, brother. That was like your first big kind of public performance at a comedy club. I mean, how did you dig it? What was your perspective through the night and your experience?
I'll tell you, like I said, I've been there once or twice to see people perform, and I think I've told you and Barry this. My little brother and I, as soon as we got cable in 83, 84, we were glued to Comedy Central all the time. So we were always watching stand-up. I mean, I never had an inkling to do it myself, but you go to see those backgrounds and the faux brick walls and everything else behind every comic. And when you guys brought this up a couple months ago, I'm like, oh, holy shit. You're going to be standing in the same place that Kinison did and Seinfeld and Rudner and Poundstone. I'm just the ones that come to mind thinking of those guys. And I got there a little bit before you guys did because I think traffic was shit. And, they take you to the green room. Hospitality, by the way, the Improv is great. Those guys
top
are
notch.
Fantastic. But I did take a second. I think Pookie was the only guy there, or Total Dallas was the only guy there. I just went up, walked on the stage, looked out, and I'm like, this is like a college lecture hall, maybe a little bit smaller. And just having a couple minutes to take it in and look at it, like, okay, this is a lot more glorious on Comedy Central in the mid 80s than it is standing here now. But all the same.
Wait.
Yeah.
So all you did was you pulled a Hoosiers?
Yeah.
You got there early and just walked the floor? Did you measure everything?
Because I was the only one there. I had nothing else to do. Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yes. And I'm like, all right, we can do this.
Like,
and then
wait a second. This is just a big restaurant at a mall.
You know what?
It's the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah. It's like when my wife and I moved to Lexington, Kentucky, one of the things I wanted to do was see Rupp Arena. And because you think it's just like Hoosiers, you think it's this venerable old field house, Coliseum, whatever. And what people don't realize is that Rupp Arena is part of a mall. What you just said, it's part of a mall. And there's like a UK museum next to it. Sam Goody was on the other side. I mean, whatever the hell it was, Alta. And that kind of took a lot of shine off that apple. And then you go down there, and again, you're walking past Red Robin. Hey, there's the Cinemark across the street, across, whatever it is. But once you get in there and you see the logo up on the wall, and you realize the kids working there are just teenagers, they could be working at an Applebee's if they didn't get the job at the Improv.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, to see you guys perform, to see Kanice and Son perform, who I didn't even know outside of a Zoom call the Saturday before, was super fun. And I really hope that we're able to figure out ways to do more of these down. I got people on Twitter hitting me up asking me when the next one is because they couldn't make it.
Oh, we're working on it. We're working on it. We had to get through the first one yet, right? That was Apollo 1. Now we got to get home and crunch the numbers and figure out a new plan. And, the Russians used a pencil. We're going to figure out where our move is to make things simple like that. But
see, Andy says he does that still. Andy Huggins, he just says he likes to get there early and take it all in. And he's done it a million times.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's a fun place. It's a fun environment. It's a great fun vibe.
For sure.
But different as a performer than a consumer, right? It's not.
Oh yeah.
That what I always loved about comedy, and I know we're getting off track here, is that, like, let's say I had a show tonight. I don't, but if I had a show tonight, from the moment I wake up, there's a backwards ticking clock from the minute that I walk on stage. And it's just kind of always there in the upper corner of my day, right? Like how long, T-minus however, until someone says, John Wessling, and I have to walk up there and be in show mode, right? So it's, I love that feeling of the long day countdown. It's like a game day kind of vibe of, all right, it's 6 hours to showtime, time to eat a bowl of cereal, that kind of stuff. And it's exciting. I was going to ask is, did you get the post show high? Did you get the buzz, man? Did you get that vibe where you just want to keep the party going all night?
Trying to think about that.
Obviously not. If you took that long, if it wasn't, I was fired up. We went to Waffle House.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, the day itself, because it's also a day off work for me. You've got the honeydews to do. So I'm picking kids up from school, dropping them off, grocery shop and whatnot. So that part of the day was like, okay, all of a sudden, oh shit, it's 6. It's time to get ready to go. Or 5. After I had my son in the car, we were driving along talking about it because he'd never been to the Improv, and your kid
how did he like it?
He loved it. He loved being a part of it. He loved because he knows what you and I have been through in this business, and he's seen what I personally have gone through a lot more, and he knows my whole story in radio, and he was just as proud as a parent would be of their kid to see his old man up there doing whatever. And we were just hauling ass, honestly, trying to get home to catch the end of Braves Cardinals or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it was
Cardinals Dodgers, wasn't it? It was the wild card.
Yeah, the walk-off. That's right.
Yeah.
And it's like I can remember driving home from a Little League game after you hit your first home run, and you're driving with your dad, and you're just talking about it the entire ride home. And it was the same way, except with I'm the dad. The 18-year-old kid got to go see his dad play a game.
You get a little ice cream on the way home? We'll stop me a little shake.
We had it at home.
Oh, yeah? You went home for your ice cream? Well, that's
absolutely.
Great, well, I was very proud of you, dude. You did a great job. You're a consummate professional. I knew you would. You performed as I knew you would, brother.
Oh, I appreciate it.
That was cool. And I do look forward to doing it again. We got some things in the works, and hopefully we'll be able to do more of that cool stuff.
Awesome.
Hey, so what's your pick for tonight? Let's get you on. We always have to make our Thursday night picks first, right? So it's Bucks versus Eagles. Obviously, it's a matchup between Vita Vea and Fletcher Cox. That's clearly the story moving the needles right now on all the talk shows. But no,
they're all talking about Vita Vea. I love it.
Tom Brady's thumb versus Jalen Hurts. Just first blush, first thought. Don't have
my
to have
first blush is that the Pennsylvanian in me, because where my folks are from, I'm born into an Eagles family. You want to root for them, and you want to say, "Oh, we're going to win," but at the end of the day, it's Thomas Brady and it's Jalen Hurts, who still doesn't look comfortable as the starting quarterback of an NFL team. The defense plays really well. I think better than most people realize the Eagles defense has been. But I think Tampa Bay is over that loss from 2 weeks ago to the Chargers. They rebounded nice with Tom had 5 touchdown passes Sunday, I think. This could be a drubbing. This could be, John, the kind of game where in the third quarter we have time to talk about if we gave you 50 more years, how would you feel? I think it's going to be one of those. Yeah, and I'm hoping Giants Dodgers is a lot more scintillating, so we have something else to pay attention to. But
so you're predicting the football game is a dud, and the baseball game is going to be a nail biter.
Yeah, and it might not be a nail biter, but if the Giants are up 5-0, it's going to be way more entertaining than watching Brady just, 8-yard slant for 40 yards, 8-yard slant for 40 yards against Philly, and Jalen Hurts looking clueless. I'd love to think the kid will play better tonight, but I think Tampa is going to be ready for him.
All right. So you got Bucks tonight. Barry hasn't said yet, has he?
Yes, he's got Tampa Bay.
All right. So all right.
You're taking Philly.
That's exactly right. That's my move.
I know you.
That's my move.
I have you pegged, sir.
I was already sniffing a bit of a letdown for the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it's been coming. I feel like the banged up secondary, Gronk being out, is finally gonna catch up to him a little bit. See, I was thinking about the earth and moon relationship of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick that they had for years.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Tom Brady had all the physical talent, the ability to improvise during a play, the nerves of steel to be greatness in the moment, right? But Belichick's his ingredients in that stew were scheming, game planning, figuring out what the other person was going to do, baiting them to do what you wanted them to do, yada, yada. How to work around mismatches, how to deal with your own mismatches, how to work around injuries. And I think you're about to see in the Bucks them missing that part of the stew, right? Hey, Bruce Arians, no slouch, Super Bowl winning champ, coach in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the second week of Gronk being gone is now they're going to run out of options. They're going to the corrections that they've made are now on tape enough for the Eagles to get a sniff at it. And I feel like the Eagles are going to surprisingly sneak up and win this game. We're talking 3 points, 2 points, something sneaky, something close. But I like the Eagles in this one.
If that were to happen for Philly to win without Dallas Goedert, who, by the way, is on the COVID list, will not be playing for the Eagles tonight. Zach Ertz is going to have to be, for the first time in a year and a half, he's going to have to be the Zach Ertz of old. He's going to have to be that safety blanket that a young QB like Jalen Hurts needs. Philly will have to run the ball with Boston, with Miles Sanders, are going to have to be effective. It's going to have to be, John, I think, like a 27-24 game. They're not going to be able – Tampa's not going to be able to run all over the field the way they have, and Philly will have to be damn near perfect, and that would be Hurts not fumbling, not throwing picks, and Zach Ertz having to step up in a way that he hasn't in almost 2 years. If they can do that, they have a shot, but that's a lot of what-ifs, man.
This is a lot of what ifs, man. Maybe that's the NFL, right?
That's the NFL.
That's the NFL. You see it every week, man. You see it every week. You see a team with everything lined up perfect. They can't be beat, and they lose by 10. You see a team who complete disarray, can't put shit together, win by 20.
Well,
you never know.
I hope you're right, because last week, I believe you picked the Raiders over the Bears, and you were counting on a Raiders let down, them crashing back to earth. The Gruden thing, I hadn't even considered at that point because it was still fairly fresh, and I had done my picks Thursday or whatever. And you were exactly right on that. Whether Tampa is in that same kind of position, I don't know, because I don't know that the Eagles are as good as the Bears right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's tough to snuff out, man. The NFC East is hard to get a read on right now. You can't tell if they're all good and the Cowboys are great, or if they're all shit and the Cowboys are just okay.
Well, I mean, total Dallas, he and I have 100 Skinnums running on this. He thinks Dallas is going to sweep the division. And I just seem to think one of the 3 road games, there's going to be some weirdness, and Dallas will lose one of the 3 roadies. They're going to sweep the hell out of them at home. The Cowboys are doing what the Ravens did last year, and that is beat the teams that they should beat severely, not playing down to their competition. What we haven't really seen, and I'm going to say Panthers weren't what they should be because they didn't have Christian McCaffrey. Dallas hasn't really had to play a super tough team. The Chargers, maybe that would be the one good game they've had.
That was a good win.
That was a good win on the road. Although there was chicanery, there was crazy chicanery in terms of penalties at the end of that game.
Right.
But we haven't seen Dallas have to play back-to-back tough games yet. And, I mean, shit, they could go out and do it. But we'll see. They'll probably win that division, but I don't think they're going to be a major threat to anyone. I don't think anybody's worried about playing them right now.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, when was the last time anyone swept the NFC East? That must be Aikman's Cowboys. Would have been the last time anyone swept the NFC East. Maybe one of Eli's Giants runs when the rest of the division was down.
The best team that has come out of the East would have been the Carson Wentz year 2 team that won the Super Bowl with Foles, but I thought they lost to Washington that year, so I don't think they swept it either. I could be wrong.
Hey, we'll leave that one dangling. Maybe we'll do some research
like
and
a
answer
participle,
that question.
baby.
Yeah, we'll answer that one tonight on Sports Riot. Oh, here, hold on, check this out. This is what happens when Barry lets me run the shop in Bravo formation.
Nice.
Look at this, boom. How about that? How about that, Shock?
Look at
Here's
that.
all the particulars for Sports Riot.
Is the MySpace on there? Yeah, there's MySpace.
It is. You know, all of them. It's so funny. We got a MySpace basically as a joke one night when we were talking smack about it.
It's there.
And then everything Facebook owns took a dump for a day. And, our MySpace got a little bit of traffic. Yeah, that was real nice. So, yes, you can hear me, Mr. Mike Liebeshock, Mr. Barry Laminack, and the chat and the guest of thousands on Sports Riot, twitch.tv/Sports Riot Live. That is Tuesday and Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m., at least until 9 p.m. On Thursdays during the NFL season, we do our half-ass sidecast and the full-ass halftime show. So we basically go from 7 until the end of the game or the end of festivities. And also want to add our Sunday League of Pain NFL pregame show from 10 a.m. until noon kickoff. Of course, that's all times are central because that is the most important and the sexiest of all the time zones.
Far.
I don't know if you feel the same way, Shock. I just assumed that you did.
By far.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean to keep you here forever, buddy.
No worries, man.
I know you got midday, responsibilities.
Just thought I'd come by and say hi.
Well, I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Did you get any cool presents for your birthday?
There are some things en route still that were ordered that were awesome.
En route, huh?
My little ones got me, my 2 youngest, the babies got me a Green Lantern Funko Pop, which is awesome. Nice. So he joins the rest of the neighborhood over there. But my 18-year-old got me tickets to a concert we're going to go to. It's not till the spring, but it's an artist named Snail Mail. And if you guys aren't familiar with her, check in on her. Snail Mail.
Snail Mail tickets?
That's her name. That's her stage name.
Oh, that's a female. Okay.
She's a singer. Yeah, she's from Ellicott City, Maryland, not far from where I grew up, and she took the world by storm for pandemic, and in the alternative music world, she's fantastic. I'm happy to go see her.
All right,
but yeah, we're good.
So you're a big fan of Snail Mail. You gonna buy a shirt? You gonna get some merch?
I always buy a shirt.
I like your style.
Always buy a shirt.
I like your style there. There's Shocky Poo.
Yep.
I was going to ask you. Oh, yeah. Real quick. You got time for one more topic?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'll pry it open here. We may discuss it further tonight. There's reports coming out of Glendale, Arizona, by some of the actual writers that cover the Phoenix Coyotes that they fully expect the team will be moving to Houston, Texas.
Really?
This is quite a big jump from the people who actually cover the team. It's always been talked about in hushed, whispered tones, almost a threat by the league, right? Or a threat by the team to the league. But now they're talking about it like it's the presumed outcome by local writers. NHL has been sniffing all over the city of Houston for a while, especially since Tillman Fertitta took over the Rockets and is now a friendlier landlord there at the Toyota Center. It's pretty much a turnkey operation to put an NHL team in that arena. What do you think, buddy? Is the NHL going to forsake the 5th largest city in the United States and move to the 4th largest city in the United States?
I think there's an outstanding shot of it. And my only question now is Tillman talked about that, I think the opening presser when he bought the Rockets. I remember him talking about that, but the world has changed a little bit. And Tillman isn't quite as liquid as he was based on the last 2 years, less than 2 years. I was doing a show with Fred Fowler when he was talking about that. We were always speculating about the Carolina Hurricanes because I think pre-pandemic they were always last or next to last in attendance. I don't know where Phoenix fits in with that, but we also thought the Houston Hurricanes might be a little too on the nose, so that's why that didn't happen. I think the fact, John, that based on the different jobs I've had since I've moved here, how many people I personally know that have come from Michigan, they've come from Minnesota, they've come from a lot of the cold weather, hockey hungry cities whose companies moved here because the industry is a little cheaper to run down here, whether it's Austin or Houston. I think there's enough people to support it, and it might not all be Houston fans. I think people will take to it and like it because live hockey is so much cooler. But you're going to have fans of the Red Wings, and you'll have people from the Avalanche who'll come down here and watch it. And it's one more thing to do in Houston. I don't think they'll be at the top of attendance, but I think it will be a good move.
Yeah. I like it. It'll be, at least it'll be stable and solvent, right? That seems to be the problem with their lease situation in Arizona. And like you said about Tillman not being as flush as he used to be, I think the price is now getting to be a little bit more on the right side. Plus, I think there's a little bit more flexibility to create a owner's group stockholder kind of situation, so not one person's kind of left holding that bag. So yeah, I think I think the business might be lining up. I don't even really, honestly, I think the point's been discussed so many times about, is there a market for hockey in Houston? There obviously is, and if there isn't, we don't deserve to be the fourth largest city in the United States anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It survives in other places, in smaller places, in warm places. It's a great fit here. This is the kind of city that needs it and supports it.
Would you put the arena out in the burbs, though? I mean, you're not going to share Toyota Center. Are we looking at Sugarland, like where their first whatever arena is, or what are we thinking?
That's a good question. I mean, I think the easy choice is Toyota Center because it has a hockey rink. It is ready to go. So that might be like, if they move here in a hurry, that could be their temporary home.
Yeah.
They might make that a permanent home because
that's interesting.
You know, the price is right for Toyota Center. That stadium's now 20 years paid for.
It's there. It's available. Yeah.
Ample parking, nice, ownership partnership situation with the Rockets. I mean, that's a beneficial situation, and they can market back and forth to each other. NHL teams and NBA teams that share arenas do that all the time. But if they were going to stand alone, I don't think they're going to have to build a place first to get an NHL team. I think they can get it. The way things are moving, they're going to be able to move something in here now into the Toyota Center and then build out in a couple of years. And if they did that, Sugarland, I think, could support it. They've already got that Smart Financial Center thing that's down there. That's a whole big complex that they could add, right? They could build it right on the side of the place and build a hockey arena there. Selfishly, I lean toward the north side. I think up here in the Woodlands, Spring would be a perfect place for it. Out in the Humble direction even would be good.
You guys need more traffic out there, right?
I wouldn't put it in Pasadena. I don't know if Katie wants it.
No, Katie, we have enough out here already.
You're like, we already got Katy High football. We don't need any other tertiary sports.
We don't need nothing. And they've got Constellation Field down in Sugarland. I mean, there's a lot of dirt down there they could put it on. But, and I'm sorry to prolong this conversation, but would Big Sport look at the way the Texans are being received and their attendance? Would they look at maybe meager attendance for the Rockets at times and think maybe, well, if they're not going to the big 3 of 3 all the time, I don't think so. Would that affect, you don't think?
I don't think so, because I think those in the know the Houston sports fan, and we kind of made our brand with how we sat out and didn't go to Oilers games and lost our team that way. I think they know that the Houston sports fan votes with their ticket, votes with their feet. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
The Texans have gotten by with their first 10, 15 years of being overly supported just because of that. Like the snapback response of, last time we were mean to the team and they left. What we need to do is just support the hell out of them. And they were living on that for years. And only just now people finally went, oh, okay, that didn't work either. Now let's go back to our Houston brand of yelling at them and not going to their games and until they get it right.
I'm down for it.
Hey, Raymond, cheap land out in Jasper. Yeah, let's hope they don't do that. Joe Pro with the cut and shoot Coyotes.
That'd be kind of cool.
Hey, now Derek Ursha steps into my ant mound here. I'm all about whatever team that you bring, you rename the Arrows, because
that'd be cool.
Houston loves. There's one thing that I think the Astros showed that Houston loves. And that is one arm around nostalgia and one arm around the future. And when the Astros did their whole big look change to more of the retro look, but with a future kind of lean to it, the fans loved it. They had never bought so much merch in their life. There was a little bit of the old and a whole lot of the new. It was a whole vibe, as the kids like to say. Mm-hmm. And I think bringing the arrows back does the exact same thing. Because right there, I mean, the arrows were drawing close to 11,000 a game at the end of their existence, and that's they were leading the AHL for a long time. Just wasn't up to Les Alexander's standards in his publicly funded stadium that he ran. But anyway, I don't want to get into that level of bitterness. But the Arrows have a tradition that goes back in the city of Houston for 50 years. Championships at every level, right? Mm-hmm. They have legit banners to hang, not candy-ass division titles, right? They have championship banners that they legit could hang in that.
True.
Was it the AHL, WHL, the E something HL? I think they had 3 titles at 3 different levels, at least 2 at the 2 bigger levels, right? They have Gordie Howe in their history books. Played in Houston with all of his sons. I mean, that's a big deal.
That's true.
Classic looking Arrows merch that's already out there.
That's
I'm telling
true.
You, embrace the past, lean toward the future. I think hockey purists, nation and Canada wide, would be able to respect that. That it's not just throwing a team like the Columbus Blue Jackets together out of nothing and just whipping it up in some sort of AI created
the Kraken
shit. Now, I like the Kraken.
Love the Kraken.
I'd recommend this to anybody out there. If you're listening to us talk about hockey and you're like, I don't know a damn thing about hockey. I don't know any of the players involved. I barely know Ovechkin. That's it. That's pretty much it. Pick a team now. Just pick a random team and just get into it a little bit. Try it out. And the Kraken is an excellent opportunity. It's like the Vegas Golden Knights were a couple of years back. When they were the expansion team, you had a ground floor opportunity to get in, to be a fan since day one, you could say. Mm-hmm. And Vegas went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, right, in their first year of existence.
They did. You're right. They were the darlings.
An amazing run. And that team in Vegas, gold. That's the number 1 team in Vegas. Hands down.
Huge.
Over the Raiders, the Vegas Golden Knights, locals' favorite. Those are sold out. So pick the Kraken, ride with them. It's a great name. It's a great little thing. It'll give you practice for whenever we get a team, and then you can jump in and be an Arrows fan.
That'd be great.
Oh, there's another one. If you're looking for a team, if you're a Houston fan, you want to try on hockey, I would also recommend the franchise in Edmonton, Alberta.
Oilers.
For 2 reasons. Number 1, like you just said, the name Oilers. Who doesn't love Oilers, right? They're the Edmonton Oilers. And if you notice, the alternate jerseys they wear now are Astros colors.
Oh, really?
So they're named the Oilers. They wear Astros colors. If you want to try out hockey, may I recommend taking the Edmonton Oilers for a spin?
I love that.
Oh, yeah, total Dallas. Of course you would. I cannot recommend rooting for the
Dallas Stars.
Dallas Stars. No. First off, I say that out of solidarity for my friends in Minnesota who had their North Stars stolen from them in the night. Much like the great people of Baltimore lost the Colts.
It happened.
Yeah.
What happened to the Hartford Whalers? Who did they become?
The Whalers.
The Avalanche? No, not the Avalanche.
Were they the ones that became the Avalanche, or was that the Nordiques?
Quebec Nordiques have always been around.
We're
going to find out right now. I'm not going to be able to move on. Oh, they became the Hurricanes.
Okay, so the Whalers were the Hurricanes?
Could you imagine taking a team out of Hartford? The Whalers have been around since I was a kid. They were in the 70s, and let's plop them down in Chapel Hill or wherever the hell. Let's take a team out of Canada and bury them in the desert in Phoenix or assholes.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Oh, boy.
No, wait. There's currently no Nordiques, right? The Nordiques are out of business.
They are kaput, I believe.
But now,
I love that name, though.
Are they the ones that became the Avalanche?
They became the Colorado Avalanche, correct?
Okay. Now, the Phoenix Coyotes, were they a expansion, or were they also a stolen Canadian team?
Good question.
Some variety.
We're getting to the bottom of the history of hockey here, and we hope you guys are enjoying this.
Oh, we're killing it. Barry's so mad right now watching this.
You guys talk hockey on my show.
You talk hockey for 30 minutes? The very end? Didn't even mention Dan's Seafood and Wings once.
Yeah. No, I think they were an expansion team. Oh, I'm sorry. They were the Winnipeg Jets.
Oh, and now the current Winnipeg Jets, they pulled a Browns, right?
Yes, they got another team, yeah.
All right. So, the original Winnipeg Jets became the Phoenix Coyotes, which could then become the Houston Aeros. Or do you have another suggestion? Like, let's say...
Did you know they're the Arizona Coyotes, by the way? How did that get past anybody? They're not the Phoenix Coyotes, they're the Arizona Coyotes.
Well, I guess... Well, when the hell did they make that change? I thought they were Phoenix.
I don't know. It's kind of messed up.
Are they the Phoenix Coyotes of Anaheim?
Yeah, they should be. But the Winnipeg Jets, they don't have a team in there since '96. They have not gotten a team in return.
There's currently the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets do currently exist and compete in the NHL.
Okay.
As of like 3 or 4 years ago, I believe. Right? Because they got like whole new badass Canadian jet-looking uniforms.
I hope you're right. That would be cool.
I think so. I'm not sure. See, this is the damn shame. When you live in Houston in our media market, you're not gonna get any.
If I lived in the Northeast still, I'd have known this cold. But because we're down here, no one cares about hockey. I've forgotten everything I ever knew about it. Let me see here. I'm looking at the standings right now, and Winnipeg is not listed, sir. Oh, they are. They do. Okay, they're 1-0, by the way.
Hey, all right. Go Jets.
Yeah, they exist.
I couldn't name one. Oh, okay, Mark G. All right, Mark G jumped in here. Look at that. Canada finally got one back.
About damn time.
The current Jets were the Atlanta Thrashers.
Hey, John, you now have the responsibility because you spoke hockey today. You have to do Formula One tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
You can have Trey on. You can have Trey.
I can talk. Does Trey talk F1? I thought Trey was NASCAR.
I think he knows all of it. I think he's a gearhead from way back. Yeah.
Nice. Hey, I don't think that Kiki is going to be able to join us tonight.
That's all right.
She's off again and still not completely internet secure is, I guess, a nice way to put that. So maybe next week.
Yeah, we'll figure out something.
As of right now, we do not have a guest picker. I put a couple offers out. Kanice Nana, which you may have seen with us at the Improv, he just had wisdom tooth.
Oh.
So he's like, I'm like, okay, yeah, you can't. This is a visual medium, my friend. You have to be able to talk. Yeah. Sorry about that. Oh, Total Dallas, you want to talk soccer? Why wait till tomorrow, buddy? That men's national team.
You got a Premier League team that you like?
A Premier League team that I like? Not so much. I don't really favor the English Premier League. I'm a Bundesliga man.
Ooh, the Bundesliga.
Yeah, and I got to go with Dortmund. I like the bumblebee look of Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, my old man used to have bottles of Dortmunder Union beer in the fridge when I was a kid.
Oh, man. See
how like it was yesterday.
That's like the official beer of war criminals. You should probably look into that.
I think you're right. You're right.
Oh, wait, this is good. Yeah, this is a good note. Hey, everybody, when Barry comes back or when you talk to him on the Discord and you're telling him how the show went, read what Joe Pro says here. Barry, if you're watching later, I'd like to point out the numbers didn't really drop when we talked hockey. That's right.
If they dropped is when I came on, probably.
Well, no, I don't think there was any sort of drop. It's just always been at a sort of a chill layer, man. Hey, dude, I'm not a mass media guy. You know what I mean? I like my crowds like small batch. You know what I mean? I like intimate gatherings.
Club shows.
Like we really didn't need all this broadband. We could have done this like on a Bluetooth all together. In one room, like a shared little hotspot.
Could have been an email.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, hey, I'll ask you this real quick. Shock. When we did the Sports Riot live, when we did the Battle Royale live in front of everybody, how do you feel like that worked? Do you feel like that's something we could do more live and also kind of do live stream and live show with that together?
I think we probably could. The only thing that I would do differently, and that'd be from my own standpoint, was and I thought you did a good job with this. I need to be more involved in this, making sure that we have questions that feed into you guys as comics. And the four of you made everything work, except for Son, who doesn't know much about anything. But otherwise, no, he's
really excited about it though.
Yeah, he repped himself very well.
Yeah, he did a lot of homework.
I thought there was we had a contingency in place, in case someone from the audience had something they wanted to say, they raised their hand. That would be kind of cool to do audience involvement later once we have our skis under us.
That's a good way to look at it.
But my thing is just to make sure that I've got well thought out topics that are not only relevant and germane, but feed you guys in the wheelhouse as comics. And like I said, I think I could come up with anything really, and you guys would kill it. I just would feel better for myself knowing that it definitely was taken care of.
That's what I love about you, Shock. You're such a professional. There you are. All you're talking about is things that you could prepare better for, things that you could do.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that accountability, dude. I'll be in a foxhole with you any day, Mr. Shockadopoulos. And I look forward to doing it again tonight, bro. All right, so go hydrate. Go get ready. Thank you for helping me limp along in this second hour. Stay loose tomorrow. Okay.
Copy that.
All right. You good? All right.
I'm good.
Get out of here, Shock. I'll see you tonight. You bother me, kid. Let's hear it for Mike Liebeshock, everybody. I thought that guy would never shut up. My God, that guy can just go on and on. All right, Bear's gonna hate this, but we've talked so much about Sports Riot Live tonight. Look at this. I could give you all the things that you could go click and look at. Just take a picture of that right there with your phone. Boom, it's popping up right there. You're probably getting a little window popping up. If you're watching this on your laptop, says, "Oh, should I go to that?" Yeah, go to it. Go to it. Roll with it. So, reminder tonight is Giants-Dodgers Game 5. As you heard Shock himself break the news, Julio Urias will not be the starting pitcher tonight. They're going with Knievel as the opener in the game. Let's see if he makes it 2 innings, and if the Giants don't jump right down his throat. Dodgers will be facing against Logan Webb, starting for the Giants. He was the Game 1 winner. Chilly night in San Francisco. I say player to look out for, keep your eye on Brandon Crawford, the shortstop for the San Francisco Giants. He's built for big games, and I think he's going to bust loose tonight. I think Brandon Crawford over Seager in that particular position battle. Thursday night football, don't forget, Vita Vea versus Fletcher Cox. The matchup we've all been just dying for. Tampa Bay Bucks taking on the Eagles. You must join us tonight. Oh, yeah, this guy, Tom Brady, scheduled to appear. We don't know if he's going to one hundo be there or not. Gronk absolutely will not. But that's tonight, and you can follow along. Why watch the idiots on Fox talk about it? Why get an ear beaten from Joe Buck when you can ride along with us on the Sports Riot with the half-ass sidecast and the full-ass halftime show with guest TBD, I suppose. And tomorrow I'll be back here hosting Barry on Deck for Barry Laminack. And tomorrow we're gonna pregame it. Oh, there's my son walking around. What's up, Keaton? Oh, are they doing the cat? All right. Let's see. Let's try to get baby, you're not giving the kid the pills, are you? He doesn't need Wormer. Does he? Oh my goodness. All right, yeah. So we're giving cats pills and evidently my kid too. Gonna be a busy one. But tomorrow, $5 Friday. Today was Thirsty Thursday. We will make up for it, and I will have a bottle out. We'll take some shots. We'll be pre-gaming for Game 1 of the American League Championship Series. That is tomorrow night at 7 at Minute Maid Park. I'm not even sure who's starting. I think it's Eovaldi versus Urquidy at this point. We'll find out more about the state of Lance McCullers Jr.'s elbow discomfort or forearm discomfort. That's the dreaded word. We've seen it now on the injury report, discomfort. People have died from discomfort on the Houston Astros, so got to be careful about that. And then Jake Myers. Tomorrow we'll also talk more about John Gruden and the Court of Public Opinion having subpoena power, evidently. That's something to be excited about. Plus Kyrie Irving, still on that bullshit. That's exactly, here it is. Hey, I'm John. No, he's pissed. You know what? In retrospect, he really looks like someone with some shady shit in his emails, doesn't he? But what about this guy? Pure as the driven snow. I bet he doesn't even have an email. You know what I mean? If you were to look into Carlos Correa's emails, it would just be like maybe some Papa John's coupons, things like that. Good people. Good people. All right, so that's the end of the show for me today. Just a reminder real quick. Boom, Sports Riot. Hey, that's tonight. Hopefully we will see you. Twitch.tv/Sports Riot Live. And there you go. Thanks, chat. You guys are super, super cool. I had a blast today. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Come back tomorrow. We'll be drinking. We'll be talking baseball. We'll digest everything that happened tonight in the NFL and see what's going to happen in the NLCS. We'll find out tonight. You guys are super cool. Let me see. Do I have any music to play out here? What do I have to play out? Anything? No. Oh, you know, here, I got this. Yeah, this isn't what I was looking for exactly. But yeah, that is not what I meant to play. But I played it. So, hey, you know what? Fuck it. We'll talk about lawn talk tomorrow. Hit me with your lawn questions. I'll get Barry to tell me what the answer is and then read it like I wrote it. Hey, you guys, I'm trying to remember. Hey, chat, what does Barry say at the end about love each other, take care of each other, spot each other, have a safe word? But most important, be kind to each other. Is that it? Did I say it right? I don't know. Maybe I did. Fitness.
Daddy's making a YouTube video!